Hi, everybody. This is Kenya Rockman, the author of The Child Support Hustle and founder of the Reform Child Support Now movement and the Child Support Hustle. And wanted to talk to you all this evening about hosting town halls across the country. Let me just try to straighten this camera up a little bit and see if we can get some viewers. I hope everybody's doing well this evening. I'm doing okay, and I want to thank everybody for your continued support. It means a lot, and we're making progress. Believe it or not, it's slow progress, but it took them over 20 years. Hi, Selena, to build up this monstrosity that they call the child support system. So it's going to take us a lot of fighting. Hi, Jesse, and a lot of time. That's how they set it up. That's how they have it set up. They, Jesse, they get a piece of every dollar. So, hi, Travis. If, hold on a sec. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, the slides that I prepared for all 50 states, and I think the Virgin Islands are in there. I don't know if I did one for Guam. For every dollar that they spend to operate on collections, they get back X amount of dollars. It's $5.33 on the federal level, $5.33 on the federal level, but every state has its own dollar amount that they get back. Is the goal to keep fathers in arrears? I strongly believe that is the goal. You keep people in debt, you keep the people under control. I do believe that. And with the arrears, if you're always paying back, you never get ahead. And with the punishments that they have in store, have on the books, although they're illegal. Hi, Alan. They still are executing them across the country every day, and that's why we need. Hey, Erica. Hi, Jeremy. That's why we need town halls. It's one thing to be on social media, and I think social media is great way for us to connect and to get our point across, but we need to get out in the streets and march. And at this point, we have a lot of organizations. Hey, Joe. We have the information out here. And hey, Byron. Hey, Alan. We have a lot of organizations out here. We have a lot of people that want change and want reform. So it's all about us coming together collectively. No, we might not all see eye to eye and have the same way about doing things, but the end goal is pretty much the same from what I've seen, and that's what's best for the children. And what we have right now is in the best interest of the children, although, hey, is that Kilo? Hey, Kilo. And that's a smokescreen that they have added to the statutes to make it seem like this system is in the best interest of our children. And we know, if you've been through the system, that it absolutely is not. It's in the best interest of the government. So, hi, Hector. Hi, Joe. Hey, Jeremy. So I want to talk to you all about town halls. As much as I would like, and my team would like to attend each and every town hall in every state, it's financially impossible. But I want you guys to be able to do that in your city or state. Houston, Texas. I was just in Houston about 3 weeks ago. I love that city. Hi, Dwayne. Hey, Tommy. So if we can't come to your town hall, I want you guys, all you need is a location and people, dedicated people that will get out, tell their stories, speak at your event. If you want, you can say that you are there. The Child Support Hustle is holding the event. Just reach out to us and let us know that you're having it so we can be on the same page, and hopefully we can post it here or on our other social media sites so we can get people to the event. If we can be there, we'll try to be there. If I have people in that city or state that's on my direct team, then I'm gonna have somebody show up. You need to speak about a certain subject. You need to have people there that's going to tell their personal stories. That's one thing. Hey, JW, one thing that I found is that because the system has crippled so many families and so many individuals, people are scared to talk about their individual stories, are scared to discuss their personal experiences. We have to come outside of that darkness and discuss what these people are doing to ourselves and our families. Don't be afraid. There's a whole network of us out here that support you. And once we join together, we'll be able to show up in numbers. And that's what's most important right now, is getting the numbers up. We can fight them back. Okay, I want to hear it, Kilo. You need to come on on our radio show. Hey, Zeus. Hi, Lewis. We need to get people together and get our numbers up, because there's power in numbers. It's power in money, and it's power in numbers. Okay, so you need to talk about the need for reform, why we are fighting for reform. It's not enough to show up and just say, hey, we don't like the system. You have to have a set goal as to why we're fighting for reform. And tell people what they need to do in order to support the mission. You know, people don't want to just come to your town hall and just show up. They want to know why they're there and what they need to do. Okay? And again, we want to be supportive of everybody in the movement. I don't like everybody that's, you know, fighting. I mean, I don't have disagreements with people. I just, you know, we don't see eye to eye. However, I support you in this fight, and that's what matters. And everybody, I think we need to do that across the board. We need to be clear and concise when we're asking people to carry out a specific task. I want people to, let me see, let me load it down. We have 309 days until the election starts, 2018 Senate elections. So I'm going to be putting up the letter that I put up every time election season comes around. Hi, Andre. Who is that? Damien, hi. Every time election season comes out, I put up a letter and I ask everybody to send it to their candidates and their elected officials. What are you going to do for child support reform, family court reform? If you want a copy of that letter so that you can send it out, please send me an email, contact@thechildsupporthustle.com, and I will send you a copy that you can edit. Just a common letter with just basic information in it. Yes, it is. Was that Sean? The struggle is real. And you can edit the letter to be specific to your state. I just have a universal letter that anybody can send. Let me see. You should plan to have follow-up forms or a newsletter to send to people that attend your town halls. If you plan on starting a petition, you should have a computer there or have pen and paper, however you're going to do it, so people can sign while they are there, okay? And be clear and consistent. Okay, so I don't know if you guys saw, I put up a meme that said if they don't want to reform the system, then we're going to just dismantle the system by not participating, seceding from the child support system. And that's, you know, we have to talk to the people that are either thinking about enrolling or filing for child support. We need to talk to them and tell them don't. If y'all are new parents, y'all need to co-parent, figure out a way that y'all can raise your children without going through the system. They take a piece of every dollar that goes through their agencies. Jeremy, what's that? What's what? You have to be more specific, please. It's such a sensitive subject. Yes, it is. And but it's a subject that needs to be discussed. It's an issue because so many people are hurt. People are dying. There's people being falsely arrested. I mean, this is a very sensitive and very serious issue. And that's what they're banking on us not saying anything about it, because the first thing, you know, you talk about child support. Take care of your kids and you won't be on child support. Well, it's not that simple. And if you've been through the system, you know it's not that simple. No, they don't care if you're homeless. They don't care at all. You got the right sense. They don't care if you're homeless at all. Oh, the email, contact@thechildsupporthustle.com. Okay. Okay, so I put down 3 key points in doing this and staying out of the system. Parents are in control of their families again. Even if it's a non-traditional family, you get control back. It's not the government coming and telling you when you can see your child, what you have to pay, all of these things that the child support system has control of, the family support system. The government is not financially gaining from you being in the system. They're not getting a penny of your money. That money is being spent on your child. And non-custodial parents are not being punished when they cannot pay due to barriers that are not in their control, such as if they become sick or unemployed or incarcerated. They're not punished. And this will decrease the negative impact that the child support system has on the non-traditional family, and especially the children. It all comes back to the children. Okay. They absolutely don't, Donald. Yes, Jeremy. Of course, parents got to step up and be responsible. Young moms, you can't get mad at him next month after you take him off and then say, I'm putting you back on child support. No, that's not how this works. Dad, you can't for 2 months be consistent in taking care of your child and then 3rd month say, I'm not doing anything because I'm mad at her. This is a consistent, until the child is grown, they have to be taken care of. We got to get the government out of it. So something you want to work on, but it's something that it was done before, and it can be something that can be accomplished again. Okay? So here are 3 topics. We're having a town hall in Ohio on May 26th. I'll talk about that in the end, but here are 3 topics that you can start off with. I think our main topics is 3 things that I cover in our petition, and one is repealing the Bradley Amendment. The Bradley Amendment, established in 1986, prohibits the retroactive state modification of child support arrears. Under current law, the state cannot, no matter the circumstance, modify delinquent child support arrears. That is why the total amount of child support due, according to 2016, was $33.9 billion. That's the current amount. The arrears that they reported due was $116.4 billion, because they rack up all this arrears because they established these cases. They go back a lot of times to the birth of the child, and then that even if the father didn't know that that child was born, they go back retroactively, and then they start off $10,000, $20,000 in debt, and they won't erase those arrears because of this Bradley Amendment. So that's something that can be something that you talk about your town hall that you host. This is what the Ohio town hall is going to be about, and this is the illegal arrests of non-custodial parents without their right to due process. I've done several videos and written about this topic, and I will not stop until they stop incarcerating low-income and poor parents who cannot afford to pay child support debt. This is illegal, and it is unconstitutional. This is reintroducing debtors' prisons, which were outlawed in 1833. The SCOTUS, the Supreme Court of the United States, held that courts violate due process when it finds a parent in civil contempt and jails a parent for failure to pay support without first inquiring about a parent's ability to pay. If you can't pay, you should not be arrested. The problem with that is they issue the warrants without having the hearing first. You're not supposed to do that. The hearing is supposed to come first. I don't know what TYBM means. Okay, good, Alan. Should have a town hall there. Okay, second, civil contempt statutes require that the underlying order be willfully and intentionally violated. So if you're not willfully, if the parent is not willfully or intentionally, yes it is, Mark, violating that child support order, meaning they are not willfully failing to pay, then they haven't broken any law, so they shouldn't be incarcerated in the first place. No warrant should be issued. That is illegal. Third, the court must not impose punishment in a civil contempt case when it is clearly established that the non-custodial parent is unable to comply with the child support order. Unable to comply is not just saying, oh, I have $1 million in the bank and I'm just not paying for my child. Oh, that are two different, totally different things, and that's the difference in the law. And they are told, these states are totally ignoring that law. That's what I'm pushing for. And these Governor Kasich, we got a letter back from him saying that his office did not have jurisdiction in Ohio. I don't know if you guys listened in. We did a radio broadcast. You're welcome, Daisy and Sammy. Thank you guys for supporting us. He said that they didn't have jurisdiction when Jay's door was kicked in for a child support warrant. So we want to know who has jurisdiction when they're kicking doors in and arresting parents for these child support warrants without a hearing to determine whether they can pay or not. We're still asking Governor Kasich, please let us know. In McBride v. McBride, this is a case that happened in 1993. A civil contempt proceedings. I'm sorry, I wrote this earlier, guys. Oh, this is about having a lawyer, because someone said that they did not have to give you a lawyer. I read early on that if jail or being incarcerated was a possible punishment for a civil violation case, a civil contempt case, that they had to provide you a lawyer. Somebody said that's not true, so I went and did some research. And what I found was McBride v. McBride, 1993, in a civil contempt proceeding, parents often are incarcerated without the trial court first determining their ability to pay the purge amount. The non-custodial parent or the defendant did not hold the keys to the jail, which they say that's the contempt part, that the keys to the jail, which if they pay, they can get out. If they couldn't pay, attorneys are needed to ensure that they aren't locked up. So they need those attorneys there so that they won't get locked up, to show that they can't pay. Absent appointment of counsel, poor low-income parents may not be locked up for failure to pay child support. They have to give you a lawyer if jail is a possible punishment. You are entitled to an attorney. It just pisses me off. It really upsets me, guys. Somebody said, well, you don't have any skin in the game anymore. Your kids are adults. As long as I'm part of this community, this United States, I have skin in the game. My children are adults, and if they choose to, will become parents one day. And what if they have to go through this system? I'm invested in this for obvious reasons. So that pisses me off. But so this is something that you guys can discuss in your cities, in your communities. If you know people that are going to jail and they haven't gotten their lawyers and they haven't had their right to due process, we need to find out who has jurisdiction. Okay. And thirdly, I've been posting lately about proper service. The law requires with any complaint child support complaints included, the law requires that the child support complaint must be served or personally delivered by a process server to the defendant or the non-custodial parent. Defendant must be allowed to defend themselves in court. We put a video up. I put a video up of some lady serving her child's dad in church. We gotta do that, y'all. Anyway, that was an example. You have to get served. If you don't know if you were served on your personal case, please go and get a copy either from the clerk of courts or from the child support agency and tell them that you want a proof of service. If you didn't get a proof of service, they don't have a case against you. They have personal service, and that usually involves law enforcement, constable or something like that. They have private process service from just a private citizen, and then a disinterested adult, like that lady served, had her aunt or somebody. So that wasn't right. I don't think that was right service because that was an aunt and she wasn't disinterested. But they can't just serve you by mailbox. It has to be proper service. So if you're not sure, like I said, make sure that you got service. If you didn't, then that case and those arrears, all that stuff is invalid. It happened in Carnell Alexander's case out there in Detroit, Michigan. They lied, the process server lied, and that whole case against him was dismissed. We had a right to DC. DC came out to Michigan, and his case was dismissed. They're trying to fight him on it, but it all comes down to no valid service, no case. So that's just what I want to talk to you all about. Like I said, we have 309 days until the Senate elections in November, November 6th to be exact. We're going to be in Columbus, Ohio, my city, on May 26th. We have not gotten a venue yet. I don't understand, Mark. Hi, Lewis. The date or the time is going to be early afternoon. We have some speakers coming in. And I know Carnell will be there. Carnell Alexander out of Michigan. We have Jay. He'll be there. I think I'll be there. My team, we're putting it together. So, well, Jay might not be there. I stand corrected on that. He's not going to be coming. But okay. But I'll see if there's any questions for me. But if you're in Columbus, Ohio on Saturday the 26th, please come out and support. If you have any questions, if you want to share your story, come out. If you want to support the movement, we have the Child Support Hustle, the book. This is by me. Order it at thechildsupporthustle.com. You can get a t-shirt. We have it in black or gray like I have on. All proceeds go to the Reform Child Support Now movement, the Child Support Hustle. All of it goes to fighting for reform. Yes, right, Mark. That's very important. Child support, the participation in child support is completely voluntary, unless, of course, you are on public assistance, because it is a welfare recovery program. People don't like to hear that, or they refuse to acknowledge that. Child support is a welfare recovery program. If you receive public benefits, you are mandated to sue for child support. It depends on what benefits you are applying for. Medicaid and TANF benefits in every state, food stamps, child care, things like that. It's a state-by-state basis. Oh yeah, Cash, we had him on our show. Cash is a friend of mine. We had him on the child support radio show. He's a good guy. Cash for governor, for sure. Atlanta, we were planning on coming to Atlanta, working on it. We just haven't got anything down for sure. We were supposed to be there this month, but it was pushed back. So I will definitely keep you guys posted. But like I said, if we can't get there, all you need is a location and some dedicated people, and you can pull a town hall together. And Facebook Live, where you can have it broadcast to a whole network of people. Well, Jared, my mom wished I was a lawyer too. I would have been disbarred because I wouldn't have followed any of their rules. Of course, Coco is here, so she's feeling I'm not paying any attention to her. Coco, go, sit. It's been too long. Sit, stay. So, okay, guys. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate everything. You guys sharing, liking the content, sharing the content, leaving reviews. If you haven't already, please leave us 5 stars. Share our page. Don't forget to. I was in Memphis last August for that town hall down there with Representative Antonio Parkinson. Okay, Alan, I'm staying. I every time I try to walk away and say, this is too much, I can't. I'm just dedicated. This is a lot of people are suffering, and I'm here until we get reform. I'm not going to stop. Thank you. What is it? Rolando, thank you. All right, guys, and the childsupporthustle.com. You can go on there. I have blogs on there. If you have any questions, you can send me an email, contact@thechildsupporthustle.com. If you need help with your case, you can fill out a client form. I try to get to those at least twice a week. Just because I've been so busy, I haven't been able to get to them as often as I would like to, but I try to get to all of them. And if I can offer any information, any help, I will. And I just appreciate you all. Thank you so much. And you guys have a great and safe weekend. Be blessed.